Devin McCourty says the Malcolm Butler benching was not a mystery, that he and the defense were aware all week, but it was solely because of football reasons. Stephen A., are you buying what McCourty's saying?
No, I don't. I think he's lying. And I don't say that to insult him. I think his heart's in the right place. He's trying to look out for his his soon-to-be former teammate, Malcolm Butler. I totally get where he's coming from, but I don't believe him for 1 second. I saw Malcolm Butler on that sideline crying while the national anthem was being played. We were told that he learned right before then that he wouldn't be playing. I believe that if Malcolm Butler had known all along that he wasn't going to be playing all week long, I think that Teddy Bruschi would have known that. I think that Willie McGinnis would have known that. I think there's a plethora of former Patriots who would have known that. I think that Rowe, who replaced him, would have talked about that in the locker room post-game after they lost the Super Bowl. He would have mentioned that. I think that there's a host of other individuals who would have had answers that they would have been able to give the media as opposed to allowing this story to percolate. Even if they said nothing, that would be different. But everybody, to a man, seemed surprised and taken aback by what happened to Malcolm Butler. I'm not buying this story one bit. Everybody knows how much I revere Mr. Robert Kraft. I got a lot of respect and a lot of love for the man. I've gotten to know him personally, and we communicate all the time. We recognize Tom Brady as arguably the GOAT. The New England Patriots are not to be denied in terms of their greatness, and Bill Belichick is recognized as the greatest coach of the modern era. I have never spoken against Bill Belichick until this Malcolm Butler situation happened. I think it was an exercise in cruelty. I think every free agent should think twice about going to play for the New England Patriots and going to play for this man. I understand it as a business, but it is a game as well. And you work your tail off and you do everything you can to position yourself for the moment, which is a Super Bowl. Malcolm Jenkins played 97.8% of the snaps for the 2017.
Malcolm Butler, Stephen A.
Malcolm Butler.
Yeah.
Why do I keep saying Malcolm Jenkins? Malcolm Butler played 97.8% of the snaps. He played 100% of the snaps in the playoffs against Tennessee and then Jacksonville. All right, he showed up the week, even though he wasn't practicing well because he wasn't feeling that great. He was gearing himself for Super Bowl Sunday. Don't tell me he knew all along. And maybe McCourty is right about this. Maybe they knew he wasn't going to start. But no one knew that he would not play one single defensive snap in the entire Super Bowl. That was an exercise in cruelty on the part of Bill Belichick, the likes I have not seen. And as far as I'm concerned, any player should think twice about going to play for this man after a move like that. Because if I could bust my tail and put my health on the line all year long, and then we get to the biggest moment that's possibly imaginable, and you could sit up there and get rid of me at that particular moment in time. What incentive do I have to want to play for you? McCourty can say what he wants. I don't believe him. I don't believe anybody who tells me Malcolm Butler knew that he was not going to be playing in the Super Bowl. I don't believe that for 1 second.